today's video, we are going to make this awesome toy box out of everything you can get from Home Depot. These are actually stair treads, solid oak stair treads, and man, it's a beefy top. And then the rest is made out of 2x4s, and this is one 2x4 by 1/4 inch plywood. So I made the whole thing out of that, and then probably, I would say maybe probably three 2x4s, 3 or 4 2x4s can make this whole project. I'm gonna take you through the steps, and we're gonna build this awesome toy box. Okay, got all the material cut out of 2x4s. We got 4 11-inch, and these will go on the sides. Then that will actually give us a deeper box because we're using the 2x4 there. And then we got, these are 20 inches, and that will give us a 2-inch overhang on the bottom here, because this will be the inside. So that will give us a 2-inch thing that we can work with. And then on these here, the insides are 35 inches, like I said. So we have a groove on this side, and this side, and this side, and this side, and that will set right on the inside. So that way we can use that one sheet of 4x2 plywood, and then these can be the bottom. All right, so I have these stair treads. These stair treads are 11.5 by 42. So with this, we have the height of this is going to be somewhere around 18 inches. So 11.5 plus 11.5 is way more than 18 inches, but we want a little bit of overhang. So what we'll do is we'll come over here, and we're going to take 2 inches off, I think. That will give us about 9.5. 9.5, and that will give us a 1/2 inch overhang or a 1 inch overhang on the front part of the thing when we lift it up. So I think that will be what we're gonna do there. And then the total distance across is 38 and a quarter. So I want just a little bit of an overhang on each side. So 35.5 or 38.5, I think. So 38 and a quarter, right? Okay, I set the fence up. Got my 2 inches. So I took that over to the joiner, and we got the edges all straight, and then I went ahead and did a top face on one side. And that'll just make the sanding go a lot easier, so it's not all rough like that side. So now what we'll do is we'll put pocket holes in all the side pieces, and we'll keep the legs and those ones without the pocket holes. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. All right, so I set up the dado stack and got my groove I wanted here. I used the 2 of the dado blades that come with it, and then the 16th inch one for the middle, and it gives me a little bit of play in there. And then I also set the height up to be a 1/2 inch, so that will give us a 1/2 inch play on each side. Okay, so for the legs here, I didn't record it because it's kind of sketchy and dangerous, but what I did is I plunge cutted each one of these things on there. I put it down there so they got the mark right here. I put the mark, and then I slid it until the back mark reached there. And that's where I got my things, and I made sure I laid it all down first and marked out where I wanted all the cuts to be, so that worked out good. So now we are ready to, we can do a dry fit assembly, or I really need the plywood now, so we'll get the plywood and go from there. Alrighty, so we got the plywood here,
And I set the fence up to be 12 inches on center of the blade, and that will give me hopefully the exact same size on each one of those. And then I can also run it through the other way and get me my two 12-inch pieces for the sides. So I'm not gonna videotape this, I'm just gonna go through it and then I will set up later. Okay, there we have it. We have the two 36-inch pieces and the 1-foot pieces there. And now we can start assembling. All right, here we are with it all pocket hole together. I screwed up on one of the grooves on the thing, but this is gonna be the back side, so I can fill those in, and we're gonna paint it anyway, so it's not gonna be that big a deal. But I just went ahead and put the top on there, and you can see that it's overhanging way too much. We're gonna cut a little bit off of those, and then what we'll do is joint those together with some biscuits and clamp them up and get that ready to go. But I'm gonna cut those on the chop saw before I clamp them together. That way it'll be a little bit easier to cut that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now we got the biscuits cut in with the biscuit joiner. Now we'll just go ahead and glue this and clamp it up. All right, all clamped up now. And it went together really well. I jointed those seams on the joiner before I put them together, and that really helped. I put that one in the middle and it just sucked it right in, and those ones on the sides are really not even doing anything. They're just there for looks, really, because that one in the center just tightened it right up. And I took the panels out so I can do some routing. I want to do a decorative route on the inside of these things and then put the panels in.
Gap on the front edge of this thing, and I got a piece of my the biscuit joiner top here. What I'm doing is I'm measuring 3 inches out by 1.5 inches down. I think that will be a nice gap, so I'm just making a mark there, and then I draw the line so I can meet up. That way I can set this thing right on that line and that line and make a nice little arch there. Then I can match it on this side. I'll take my square, an inch. Now I got my gap, so I'll cut that out on the bandsaw. I'll take. So, again, I am not perfect. Going to put in this back panel here. I have already put in the plugs to get this thing apart, so now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get these. Hopefully I can get one set of these plugs out. All right, so I took the pocket hole screw or the drill and just kind of drilled in a little bit to just enough to get my square bit in there, and then I got that in there and I backed them out and kind of marred them up a little bit, but we'll just see how this goes. So. All right, let's focus on the bottom here. Found this in the scrap pile here. It's got a little bow in it, which that's not gonna be a big deal. So I cut that to the same size as the bottom here. And I'm gonna put some pocket holes in here. And then to take that bow out, I'm gonna grab a couple 2x4s, put pocket holes, and kind of support those throughout. Probably one in here and one right there, and then that will give it the strength that can hold a horse in there. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm not perfect when I cut that bottom piece. I was off by like a 1/4 inch, so I just stuck a piece of the pine in there and covered it up, and it looks pretty good. All right, I think it's time to sand. Got all the details that I think I want on here, and now I just want to clean it up and sand it, and then we'll put some wood putty in all the spots that are defects, and we'll go from there. So we'll go ahead and take off this clamps and see how this looks. Thanks for watching. On the next episode, we're going to paint and do some staining on the top. What I plan on doing is putting a stain on the top and then trying to do some chalk paint. And I'm not very good at painting and stuff like that, so I'm going to see if I can have my buddy over at Kalen's Life and Crawl Space Craftsman help me out and see if we can come up with a really nice finish on this thing. So I appreciate everybody.